Hello, everyone. I am live now. This is very nerve-wracking for some reason. I'm always getting real nervous about these things, but let's wait for some people to join. It's only just 9 o'clock here, so yeah. As I said, this is just a thank you for 500 subscribers and now 600. Literally, as I was going live, I hit 600 subscribers. So thank you all so much. Really means a lot. So yeah, today I'm just live streaming, is that a term? So you guys can chat, ask questions, whatever. Oh, someone's here. Hi, hello. How are you doing today? It's fun. So filming in a new location, actually. Usually I film on the other side, but I've got my albums behind me just in case I need to get them out if anyone wants to see anything. But yeah, that's it, really. There's 5 people already here. Wow. So I'm going to be on here for about an hour, so until about 10 o'clock. And oh, hello. Yeah. Ask your burning questions. So 500 subs now. I'm tired. It's only 9 o'clock. That's a bit weird. These are all my concert tickets, pretty much. Some of them I've lost over the years, but most of them are there. Those are my 2 Metallica ones out. Some other stuff there. There is no Prague ones, apart from the Dream Theater one there. I've got my first ever concert up there, which was Bring Me the Horizon in 2016. So that's chilling up there. Obviously my albums and my signed Genesis poster. It's a picture of my guitar up there. I have an SG. Hi there, good evening. Good evening to you too. How are you doing? Got 9 people. 10. So you may have covered this in a previous video. What is your favorite concert you've seen so far? Probably Dream Theater, because just seeing them live was one of the things I was looking forward to when I first heard that they were going to be touring in the UK. So, and obviously being into prog at that moment, that was probably my favorite concert. Although I did love Iron Maiden at the O2 in 2018. Don't know why I had to think about that one there. They were my favorite band for the longest time ever. Hi there, hello. Favorite Led Zeppelin song? Probably When the Levee Breaks on Led Zeppelin 4. That's probably my favorite. Yeah. Howdy. I mean, howdy sounds very strange in a British accent. So as I said, record collection behind me. Yo, hi Jan. It is 5 a.m. here. I was able to catch Dream Theater 3 years ago. That's awesome. Also 5 a.m, crikey. Hello, awesome to get to 500 subs this fast. Have you tried the Person album? I haven't, no. Hi, favorite record of all time? Oh, putting me on the spot. I have a lot of favorite albums. I don't have one in particular, but it would probably be something like a Genesis record. Probably Nursery Crime is up there. First ELP album, Close to the Edge. Something that's not prog would probably be something like Black Sabbath, Master of Reality, or Sabbath Bloody Sabbath. I do love Hemispheres by Rush as well, so I do not really have a favorite album because I just can't pick. Every time I hear an album, I listen to it multiple times. Hello from Arizona, USA. Funny story, my parents were meant to go to Arizona in 2020 last year, but obviously the US restricted access from the UK and Europe, so they weren't able to go, and they were going to go this year, but obviously it's not going to happen. That's awesome. It's got 25 people, wow. Hello, everyone. Do you like Osric Tentacles? Never heard of them. Sorry about that. Picking a favorite album, it is hard. It is hard because there's so many good songs. That's fair, lol. Metropolis Part 2 Scenes from Memory is my favorite. I'm wearing a Dream Theater shirt today, actually. Look at that. Metropolis Part 2. I have a pretty cool pressing of that, actually. I've got it on like gold vinyl, or gold colored vinyl. It's up there in my Dream Theater collection. Favorite Led Zeppelin album? There's a lot of people asking about Led Zeppelin. Always happy to talk about Led Zeppelin. I'd say either Led Zeppelin 2 or 3. I mean, Led Zeppelin 4 is obviously a classic, but I do love 2 and 3 a bit more. Hello. So when will you have a 600 subscriber chat? I think I'll just kind of merge them together because I didn't realize I was going to hit 600 so quickly. So I know the title of this is 500, but oh well. You recommended Scenes from a Memory to me. Thanks. No worries. It's a great album. I hope you enjoyed it. OMG, I'd love to have my own of that shirt. I got this from the concert, actually, that I went to. I have that gold variant too. You know what? I should get it out, but it's all the way up there. And I've got the shirt anyway, so you know what it looks like. But it is on gold vinyl. It was in my record collection video. Oh, talking of my record collection video, actually, so a lot of people were asking about, you know, Hendrix, Rolling Stones, and some other stuff like that, which is, we have that stuff, but it's downstairs. And I did link my Discogs collection. I should have made it a bit more obvious, but I have listed our full Discogs collection in the finale video, I believe. So you can check out everything that might not be here, but it might be downstairs. Because I used to have the Hendrix stuff up here, but I was running out of space, as you can see. Yeah, I bought that Distance Over Time shirt when I saw this shirt. Favorite progressive drummer? Oh no. Favorite progressive drummer? That's a very, very good question. Probably Neil Peart. I probably butchered that name pronunciation. Or Carl Palmer. Those two are probably my favorites. Prog drummers. Phil Collins is good too. What is your favorite Dream Theater album? Octavarium is my favorite. So what's your favorite Queen song? I don't have a favorite Queen song, Johan. It's a very difficult question for me to answer. But if I had to pick, I'd probably say Spread Your Wings or News of the World. Feelings on John Anderson singing for King Crimson. Now, I might sound like a fake King Crimson fan here, but I had no idea that John Anderson sang for King Crimson. Wow, 500 already. I know. I started my first video was posted on Boxing Day, the 26th of December. I'm not sure. Do people outside the UK celebrate Boxing Day? The 26th of December. I don't know. But that day I posted my rant video, and that was just a fun little video to just say kind of stop harassing people for stuff. And it's now got 3,000 views and a lot of different comments on it, which is really fun. Really fun to read, actually. Octavarium is great. Rate your choice. Thanks, Johan. Do you like Asia? I've never listened to Asia, but I know of them. Hello, almost 600. Congratulations. Thank you. I'm actually on 600, actually. That's great. As a US citizen, I do not know what Boxing Day is. I have heard of it, though. I think it is, because I know that some places call it, some countries call it something else, but we call it Boxing Day here for some reason. I don't know. He sang on the Lizard LP. I haven't actually listened to Lizard yet, so it's in my box set. Yeah. I haven't listened to it though. Hello, what is the secret of your success? Honestly, I've been trying to pinpoint that, and I don't know. I think the fact that I posted quite a topical first video, one that kind of not many people had talked about. I think 2 people had talked about, and this one girl talked about it, and I kind of thought, well, why not? She made some very good points, and I'm gonna talk about that as well. And I ended up getting a lot of views on that video. And then I just thought, well, I'm in lockdown at the moment. I think YouTube will be a great kind of hobby to pursue, as I'm good at talking about music. It's the one thing I am good at talking about. And yeah, so I carried it on. And here we are, nearly at 600 subscribers. We're at 600 subscribers, actually. On this is the 3rd King Crimson LP. Okay, I'll give it a listen. I haven't actually... I think I've had a couple of songs, but I just didn't really notice. This is great. I have an original US pressing. That's awesome. What kind of turntable and cartridge are you using? Right. Let me get the name of it for you. So I have the TEAC TN300, which is I've had since I started my record collection back in whatever year it was, 5 or so years ago. But we have 2 turntables in this house. This is the one that's in my room, and downstairs we have an Audio Technica, which sounds a lot nicer. As for the cartridge, I can't tell you that, but if I was planning on doing like a setup video, so telling you guys what like my setup looks like, what stuff I have. But the thing is, a lot of it I don't actually know the brand names, not because I'm dumb, but because I got the speakers and the amp as a gift. So I'm not very sure, but I will do my research into it. Hey Neve, hey Raphael. 34 viewers. Hello to all my 34 viewers. This camera quality is lacking. Turn on an extra light, maybe? You can see my collection a bit better though. I need to help my parents with something, so I have to go, but I look forward to talking soon. Thanks for joining. I hope to see you again soon. Thanks for viewing and subscribing to the channel. Do you like Bon Jovi? I had a period of time where I really liked 80s hair metal and 80s rock, so I did kind of like them for a bit. I have got one of their albums up there, which I'm unfortunately gonna have to say that I'm gonna sell soon because I don't listen to it that much anymore. But yeah. So I don't mind some of their songs. Obviously, they've got some stadium classics that I'll sing along to. Which band would you like to hear more and still haven't given the opportunity? That's a good one. That is a good one. Probably kind of like less known prog bands. You know, things like Gentle Giant and Van de Graaff Generator. I haven't really listened to much of yet, but I am planning on it. I really want to get into them. What other VC channels do you watch? Right, I've got my phone here. I can tell you. Do you know what I find really, really cool? Is that a lot of the vinyl community channels that I watched like 2 years leading up to this kind of moment of me starting my own channel have actually subscribed to me and comment on my videos and stuff like that. And I remember the first time that that happened, I was so excited. It was incredible. But let me go on because I have a really bad memory, so bear with me. Subscriptions. So I watch Flipside, Vinyl Community with JC. The Record Spinner was one that I watched a lot of before I started my channel. Noble Records is one that I watched quite a lot. Channel 33 RPM was one that I also watched quite a lot as well. I watched a lot of these kind of channels and seeing them subscribe to me and kind of was like a whoa moment. Favorite Def Leppard album and song? Hysteria. I love Hysteria. I was obsessed with that album for like a year. I saw them live and they performed the entirety of Hysteria. I was so happy. So yeah, I'd say Hysteria. Favorite song? Let me check the track listing. This is bad. I knew this album back to front at one point in my life, and now I actually have to check on Spotify. By the way, if you guys like me doing these streams, then let me know. I quite like this kind of chat that I can have with you guys. Rocket, or Armageddon. That's pretty good, actually. Favorite metal bands? Metallica, Iron Maiden, Black Sabbath. Those are my 3. Megadeth. Do Tool and Dream Theater count? I'll put them in the prog metal kind of area, but I guess I consider them metal. Hello, love your channel. Thank you very much. Worst music of all time? Anything that comes from British Top 40 radio. I cannot stand. I hate it so much. It really, I worked at a theme park, as I think I mentioned, and I would hear that kind of stuff in the staff cafe, and it would ring into my head, and I hated it so much. Or anything that I hear on TikTok, it's mostly stuff that I don't like. So I am quite, but I give every type of music a good go before I make my judgments. But yeah, that's a You've done very well in the short weeks you've been in the vinyl community. I thank you so much for all the support. I guess I really do appeal to a big audience, and I like how tight this community is. Like, everyone's supporting each other. That is such an amazing thing to see. What's your favorite decade in music? 70s. I absolutely adore the 70s. I think you can tell, especially early 70s prog. That's my thing. Do you have any CDs? There's my CD collection, and also my CD box sets, my King Crimson ones that I've showcased all of them now. I didn't think I'd get that far. Do you plan to show them anytime? Well, you see, the CDs in there are all ones I'm very much ashamed of, because I don't listen to any of these CDs anymore, and I'm planning to sell them. They're all from kind of 2013 to about 2015, when I kind of had my shitty music phase. Can I swear on here? I don't know. My crappy music phase is all in there. I've got some Metallica and stuff in there, a lot of my metal, and then I stopped buying CDs when I started collecting vinyl. And I invested my money into buying albums, which I think is a wise choice. This is fun. It is actually very fun. The Power and the Glory is a good album by Gentle Giant. Thank you. I will give it a good shot. Agree. Hysteria, then High and Dry. I like Pyromania as well. That's a brilliant album. Just to tell you, Neve, I am going to start a YouTube channel in April of 2021. Awesome. I would love to see that. My favorite of Hysteria would be Gods of War. Brilliant song. Love Bites is my favorite from that album. Brilliant song. Have you listened to Def Leppard's Self-Titled? There's a lot of Def Leppard questions. Self-Titled from a few years back. I haven't actually listened to much Def Leppard past the 80s, so I kind of just liked their 80s stuff, and I haven't really listened to anything outside of that. I didn't claim to be a Def Leppard fan. I was just a big Hysteria fan. Thoughts on punk? Love it. I prefer 70s punk, though. I know it killed out prog, it destroyed prog completely, and that does hurt me a little bit, but I do love punk. I like mainly early stuff, like, The Clash, Sex Pistols, and I love the Misfits. I think I mentioned that I love the Misfits in, I think, my Vinyl Tag video. I mentioned that I like the Misfits quite a lot because Metallica were inspired by the Misfits, and quite a lot of bands have been inspired by the Misfits. So I do like it. I hope you'll subscribe to our supporters as well. I do try and subscribe to as many channels as I can, but because this sounds awful, but because I've been growing, a lot of the subscribers I can't see. So I do try and subscribe to people who comment on my videos, because obviously I'm so appreciative of it. That sounded so fake. Oh god. But I am very, very thankful for everyone who's subscribed. Do you like Taylor Swift? I listen to folklore and I really like. I know my dad really liked folklore actually. I love prog and 70s stuff. I'm not a big Taylor Swift fan. Used to be. Actually, I always say that Bring Me the Horizon was my first concert because I don't like being laughed at. Taylor Swift was actually my first concert back in like 2012, 2013 with my cousin. And it was the Red tour actually, and I was obsessed with her music at that point. Hey, hello. What made you get into prog so much? Well, when I got into Rush, I was like, well, this long music sounds really good. How do I find more of it? Then I did a little bit of digging into their influences, and lo and behold, discovered a whole new genre. I was like, you guys are having your own little chat in there. You should come and join some of the daily streams with multiple guests. I'd love to be a guest on your stream. Is your dad a Who fan? Yes, he is. We have got some Who records downstairs. I'm going to out you right now, Johan. Everyone, if you see Johan Panchev in the comment section, that is my boyfriend. And Ginger Knobs is one of my best friends. So I know these people in real life. And they're the only two of my close friends and boyfriend who know about my channel. I've actually managed to keep this a massive secret from my other friends. Are you a Gabriel Collins fan? Genesis fan? And do you like their solo stuff? I am 100% a Gabriel fan. I love the Peter Gabriel era so much, and I only like a few things from the Collins era. I like the stuff that comes directly after Lamb Lies Down, but anything in the 80s is kind of, I don't really like that much. I do like some stuff, just not a lot of it. It's boiling hot in here. And do I like the solo stuff? I prefer Peter Gabriel solo stuff. I've got one of his albums up there somewhere. Hello and welcome to the vinyl community. Thank you. If I sent you a prog album that has not been issued on vinyl but CD, would you listen to it? Yep, I've got a CD player over there. Are you from England? I am. From London. Am I the only person that thinks Dream Theater would be better at singing? I love these comments. I see them in all of the comment sections on Dream Theater's videos. Why does everyone hate James' voice? I mean, I can see why. I mean, it's not as good as it was. But I can say that I could agree with you because the musicians are very much talented on their own. I'll be doing a stream next Saturday at this time. Come join the stream. Yeah, I can, if you remind me, I will. I forget a lot. What is the one prog album that you would love to own but not have found it yet? Most things, this is bad. Most things that I'll give them a listen and I'll buy them instantly from Discogs. But there's some Rick Wakeman stuff out there that I haven't managed to get yet, but I would love to. I've been listening to Fragile by Yes, which I instantly love and added to my wish list. Which Yes album should I listen to yet next? I'm going to say Close to the Edge because that's my personal favorite. But the Yes album, Close to the Edge, and Relaya are my three favorites, apart from Fragile. Do you like power metal? Never really got into it, actually. That's not a dislike thing, it's just I never really listened to any bands. Have you heard Moon Safari from Sweden? I've not, no. What live shows have you been to? I'm excited to answer this question. What are the tickets behind you? Don't laugh at me, okay? This is a safe space. I've got some kind of albums that I wouldn't, artists that I wouldn't see again, that I've grown out of completely, but I will read them out. So starting from the top, we've got Bring Me the Horizon, Pierce the Veil, Partway Drive with Asking Alexandria, Green Day, Metallica twice, Doobie Brothers, Paramore, ZZ Top, Leonard Skinner, The Eagles, Queen and Adam Lambert, Tedeschi Trucks Band, Motionless in White, and Dream Theater. But I have been to more concerts, but they're not up there. Feelings on Opeth. A lot of people have been talking about Opeth in my comment sections. I haven't actually gotten around to listening to them yet, but they are on quite far up on my list. Do you listen to music in other languages? I listen to Rammstein, who German industrial metal band I absolutely adore. What is your favorite 80s hair metal band or artist? See, I grew out of 80s metal, hair metal especially, because I didn't really like it as much anymore. But if I had, I don't know if Def Leppard counts as hair metal, so I'm going to assume that it does, that they do. And yeah, my previous favorite was Motley Crue, but I grew out of them very quickly. Don't know, like, no disrespect to the band or anything, I just kind of stopped listening to them. I saw the Dirt movie and I didn't really like it. Do you have a lot of friends who like the same music as you? Not a lot, but enough. If that makes sense. Like, my boyfriend likes a lot of the same stuff as me. Hey, what's your opinion or your thoughts on early Van Halen? That best Van Halen is the early Van Halen. Like, say what you want about David Lee Roth. You know, he's a bit of a wanker. But their first album is probably one of my favorite albums of all time. What do you think is the worst prog album? Don't know, actually. I haven't really come across it. I mean, everyone slanders Love Beach so much, but I mean, I don't like it. I guess that's probably my least favorite, but I'd buy it as a joke because it's got some okay songs on it. But yeah. Leave your opinions on Love Beach in the comments. I'd love to hear them. Yes, Def Leppard are hair metal. I presume that they were because, you know, I guess that's something. How is your bass playing? Which bass players do you like? Have you heard of Jacob Pastorius? I have heard of him, and my bass playing's going all right. And bass players that I like, it's going to be a long list. It's a long list. I don't know where to start. I made a list on Instagram. Not Instagram. My notes section. And I'll read out the ones that I did put there because you've kind of put me on the spot here. But so we've got Chris Squire, Roger Waters, Geddy Lee, Justin Chancellor from Tool, Steve Harris, Iron Maiden, Greg Lake, Paul McCartney, Geezer Butler, Cliff Burton, you know, all those people probably up there. We know what music Dad likes. What about Mum? See, my mum's quite selective, but she loves Queen. We got her a Queen box set for her birthday, not birthday, Christmas. Thoughts on Whitesnake? I think they're alright. I think they're pretty good. Do you know any 90s Japanese prog groups? Ooh, I don't know, but I can check out the ones that you put down here. I haven't really delved into the kind of little things of little, like, kind of smaller bands of prog. I've just kind of started out listening to prog all over again. So I'm kind of getting there. Don't worry, I'm getting there. Love Beach is objectively the best Emerson, Lake and Palmer album. I agree with you 100%. Do you like ELO? Yup, I do. Bob Marley? Yup, I do. What is your opinion on Seconds Out? Love it. And Wind and Wuthering. It's got one of my favorite songs of all time on it, actually, Wind and Wuthering. Greetings from Chile. Hello, from the UK. Anyway, going back to Wind and Wuthering. Afterglow, the last song on the album, one of my favorite songs of all time. I think the first time I heard it, I cried. A lot of people say that Tales of Topographic Oceans is the worst prog album. I don't agree. Well, I agree that with you. I love Tales from Topographic Oceans. Do you like any electronic music, like Kraftwerk or Tangerine Dream? I like Kraftwerk. I've not listened to much Tangerine Dream. My dad loves them. There are lots of fantastic prog bands from Sweden. I've heard of Opeth. If you've seen it, what do you think of the movie? I love the film Almost Famous. Like that film, I based around my dress sense for a couple of years. But I do love Almost Famous. It's one of my favorite films. Bought Love Beach when it came out. Played it once. Enough said. Oh, that's amazing. Do you like Bob Dylan? I do, yeah. Do you plan to interview with your mom as you did with your dad? See, I've tried. I tried asking her, but she doesn't want to. She's not as enthusiastic about music as me and my dad are, but maybe with enough convincing, I'll get her to talk about Queen or something. Do you hate country? Now, I don't hate many things. I just don't like country. I just never got it. You know, I tried. There's some country-ish stuff that I like the Eagles and stuff. Spinal Tap music is best that Love Beach. I'm guessing you're saying that Spinal Tap music is better than Love Beach. You're not wrong. Greetings from Scotland. How's it going up there, actually? Because down here in England, it's pretty bad with the coronavirus. Also, check out Magma. I've heard of Magma, actually. Big up some more. Yep. Do you like U2? I like some U2 stuff. My mum likes U2 quite a lot, actually. Classic country's great. This new rap rock country, I agree. I don't like much rap music, to be honest. Like, some's alright, just not big into it. How do you define prog? I could start talking for hours. I did a presentation in college about Rush and prog. So I did like a whole slideshow on the kind of definition of prog, essentially. And I kind of put down, songs that have concepts, you know, of very kind of classically trained people who can really branch out and show off their talent. So stuff like that, you know, concepts mainly, and skill. You were a Lebowski fan. Are you referring to the film? If you're talking about The Big Lebowski as in the film, I watched that quite recently. My favorite Pink Floyd album, probably Animals. Or Metal is actually climbing up there to be my favorite. Any thoughts on the early Kinks album? I only kind of know a few of their songs. Like, that probably sounds really bad, but I don't know many Kinks songs. Ringo's solo career is better than Love Beach. That is my favourite comment so far. Look, I'm going red. That is funny. Oh. I need to take a picture of that comment. Oh, that's brilliant. Favorite psychedelic album? Favorite psychedelic album? Many things by Pink Floyd, because I don't consider maybe this is an unpopular opinion. I don't consider Pink Floyd strictly prog. I consider them a psychedelic rock band, but they have got prog elements. But I'd probably say, you know, psychedelic music. And Dweller's Dream, that album I have up there, is pretty psychedelic, and I do love it. Greetings from Edinburgh, fellow Scot. Rush played your high school prom. That is pretty awesome. That's cool. I don't have, like, over in the UK, we don't have proms. I'm kind of glad about that, because I don't like big kind of gatherings. But if I found out Rush was playing at my school prom, I'd go. But considering that I don't live anywhere near Canada, it's very unlikely. Any thoughts on the moody blue stuff from the 70s? Not listened to much of it, unfortunately. More of the 60s stuff. Yoko Ono's solo career is better than Love Beach. Please, please, please keep these Love Beach comments going. Like, that's the story. It's so good. You guys are making me cry. But do you like Dire Straits? I do. I love Dire Straits. Hey, hey. Do you like Radiohead? Favorite album? I grew up with Radiohead actually from a very, very young age. So I'd say that my favorite album by Radiohead, revisiting them as an older person, I'd probably say like Kid A, maybe. That's going out with one of my favorite albums. Obviously, OK Computer is going to be in my favorite albums of all time because I grew up on that album and the Bends. Yep, they just dropped their first album. It's cool. I picked up Love Beach from the dollar bin in my... That's where it belongs, let's be honest. You a fan of Janis Joplin? I am. I do love her music. Message retracted. Okay, Johan, we get it. You like In Rainbows. I haven't heard that one 1,000 times over. You guys are killing me with the Love Beach comments. I'm trying not to laugh too loudly because I know it's not that late over here, but I've got family around and I don't want to be screeching about Love Beach. But please keep them kind. They're amazing. Oh, you're calling us. I did not know that Love Beach even... Have you seen the album cover for Love Beach? If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, which if you're a prog fan, you do, Love Beach by Emerson, Lake and Palmer is kind of regarded as their worst album and probably one of the worst prog albums out there. I listened to it for the first time like a week or so ago, and it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't good. Like, if it was in like a bin for like a couple of quid, I would. This is it. I don't know if you can see, just the album cover alone, you know. Love Beach makes Bob Dylan Xmas look like Pet Sounds. I love Pet Sounds, actually. Love Beach gets a bad rep, but it's actually got a couple of songs on it. Yeah, I agree with that. It has got a couple of good songs. Hate Beach by ELP. Forget Almost Famous. I based my whole look on the cover of Love Beach. That's my next goal. I'm going to start dressing up every single upcoming video. I'm going to try and dress up in Love Beach clothes. If my future husband took me to Love Beach, I would not complain. Worst album cover of all time. Are you talking about Love Beach? I think it's a pretty good album cover. Favorite Beatle? George Harrison, all the way. I absolutely love George Harrison. Teletubbies, the album is better than Love Beach. What's so bad about Love Beach, right? So, I think most people can kind of back me up here. It's interesting. Just that's it. It sounds very kind of about to be 80s. Eloy. I've heard a couple of Eloy songs. But just listen to Love Beach and then listen to like an early ELP album and you'll just see why everyone hates it so much. Okay, the sound Jim Carrey makes in Dumb and Dumber is better than Love Beach. What beach would ELP be hanging out at? Probably Love Beach. Why do we have Love Beach say? Talking about Love Beach makes me laugh. PFM, heard of them. Do you know the band T2? For me, it's one of the best prog albums. Not heard of it, but thank you for letting me know about it. Crazy Frog hit. Isn't that the bing bing do 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 do? Oh, that is better than Love Beach. I'll be honest there. Are you into the Canterbury scene? A little bit. I'm into things like Soft Machine and Caravan. They shot it outside the recording studio. Well, It shows, doesn't it? Is the Love Shack on the... I see your little reference there to the song. Are you referring to the song Love Shack? I used to think that the name of that band was the B12s, you know, the vitamin B12. I'm excited to... I've actually got... So in that ELP box there, I've actually got a copy of Love Beach on CD. Love Beach is the In Rainbow... Johan, I hope you're still here to see that someone wrote Love Beach is the In Rainbows of Prague. Yes. Thank you to whoever commented that. JM. Thank you. Ren, I know you love Love Shack deep down. Slipknot or Lady Gaga? I think metalheads give too much shit to Lady Gaga. She's a very, very talented woman, but if I had to pick Slipknot, Lady Gaga has got an amazing voice, though. Yeah, and please leave your thoughts on that. Oh, ELP are like my favorite band at the moment. This is great. Of course, Love Beach has to be better than Trilogy, obviously. You guys should see what I'm balancing my computer on. I'm literally balancing it on loads of cardboard. Thoughts on Elton John? I like Elton John. I like some of his stuff. Do you like psychedelic rock as a genre? I do. I had like a phase of listening to a lot of psychedelic stuff. And Dweller's Dream, yeah, I've got that up there. So a lot of people have been asking me actually about that. The copy that I have, it is actually a first pressing, and I got it for £15. Now I don't know how much that is in dollars or euros or anything like that, but on Discogs it's going in the grands. You know, it's going in the thousands of pounds. Do you know Camel? Yeah, I've got some Camel albums up there. Is your favorite Rush album Hemispheres? Most definitely, yeah. You like jazz? That B-movie quote? Yeah, I do like jazz, to answer this question. I cannot tell if it's an insult to In Rainbows or to Love Beach. It's an insult to Love Beach, Jan. You know? Favorite movie based on bands or music? I'm guessing you mean like a band biopic. There was one on Joy Division that was pretty good that I watched. Bohemian Rhapsody was all right. I don't really watch a lot of biopics actually. Do you like Journey? I know Don't Stop Believing, and that's about it. I never really listened to them that much. Even during my 80s kind of phase, I didn't listen to much of them. Bohemian Rhapsody or Rocket Man? I've not actually seen Rocket Man, but a lot of people that have seen it have told me that it's really rubbish. Yo, and don't be so sad. We all know that Love Beach is better than all of Radiohead's discography. If they made a movie about Love Beach, I'd be the first in line to that fucking concert. I'd be at the queue. And Jan, if there is a Love Beach movie, you're gonna come with me. Early Journey before Steve Perry, very prog. I've actually heard a lot of people say that Early Journey is actually quite proggy, but I've not actually listened to it. My favorite grunge band is Alice in Chains a grunge band, or are they a metal band? I sound so dumb, but I do like Pearl Jam and Nirvana. I never really was much into grunge. Jazz rock, 70s fusion. Not listened to much of it. Do you like Foreigner? Know a couple songs. Alright. Check out Journey's first 3 albums. Very prog. I will. Skip Rocket Man. Poor Cash Guy. You see, I can get behind that idea because I know a lot of people who watched Rocket Man didn't actually like it that much. They said that it just wasn't a good film. I mean, biopics have become quite a trend now because of Bohemian Rhapsody. And I don't even think Bohemian Rhapsody was that special as a film. Like, it was all right, but just didn't. I don't know. Hello, Neve. How are you doing? I'm a new subscriber. You got great content. Thank you. I'm doing all right. Thank you. I've been laughing at all these Love Beach comments. Coronavirus is the Love Beach of fine. I love my subscribers. I love you all so much. Have you watched the Rush documentary? I have. Yeah, it's great. Soundgarden. I do like Soundgarden. Have you heard Family Music in a Doll's House? It's like prog hybrid. I think you would like it. I've not heard of that. I think I might have heard of Family, the band, if that's what you're referring to. I think favorite Genesis album? For me, Lamb Lies Down on Broadway, good album. And Nursery Crime. Nursery Crime's probably mine, actually. Or Selling England by the Pound. Do you like Bruce Springsteen? He's got some good songs, yeah. I've heard that Rocket Man was actually good. I haven't seen it, so I wouldn't know. I mean, watch it, you know. I mean, I guess, you know, watching films and, you know, just like music, it's subjective. You know, some people will like this and some people will like that. And there'll be films that people don't like, and there'll be films that people like. Well, that film someone might like. Like Love Beach. I'm going to call it Love Beach syndrome. You know, some people do like Love Beach, but the majority don't, you know? Thoughts on Marillion. Love Marillion. I've got a box set there of Script for a Justice Tear. Brilliant album. I've told Neve to come in. Alice in Chains are considered grunge. Love them. Do you like Heart? I like early Heart. Yeah, they're pretty good. For their stream next week, this time is in 9 p.m. UK time. Yeah, I agree with that. The early Heart was more blues orientated. I do like blues rock. Speaking of Rush, watched a video of them a few years ago where they're having dinner, drinking loads of wine, chatting. I've watched that. That's a great video. What band with females vocals do you like? Fleetwood Mac. Beach House. You can call them a band. I like Curved Air. Ways Blood. That's not bad. That's just a woman on her own singing. I actually have to turn around. This is bad. As a woman, I don't listen to many bands. I liked Paramore for a very long time, but not so much anymore. Yep, Family the band. Yes, this time. So 9:30. All right. I'll be on. Do you like ex-Marillion singer Fish solo albums? Not listened to them yet. Did you schedule this so we wouldn't miss Country for All? I don't like either of those shows. I mean, I see them on the telly all the time because my mom watches them downstairs. That's kind of that is very close to home, actually. It's very, very, very strange. Where are you studying? At the moment, I'm not studying, but September, I'm going to uni in Brighton to do a 3-year music production course. And this is my gap year, and I was in college. The word just wouldn't come to me. I was in college for about 2 years doing music production. Do you like Tame Impala? Yoan, do you want to answer this one? For all you guys out there, Yoan is a massive Tame Impala fan. Does not shut up about Tame Impala sometimes. I do though. I have I have some of his albums in there. Do you prefer the first or? I like a good range. I do prefer the earlier stuff, I'd say. Do you like Renaissance? I do. There's another one with a female vocal. I do like that. Yes, Going for the One or Tormato. See, I've only listened to Going for the One, so I can't make a decision, but I do like Going for the One. Have you seen the BBC documentary? Yeah, that one, the Prog Britannia one. Me and my dad watched that together actually quite recently. My favourite part of that was probably when Bill Bruford was talking about King Crimson and how kind of dictatory it was, Robert Fripp being a control freak. I love that. Brighton is vinyl heaven. It is. I've been there before, and you're just surrounded with record stores. It's incredible. Thoughts on Steely Dan? They're all right. My dad loves them, though. Loves. We were planning on seeing them when we went to New York a couple of years ago. No, not a couple of years ago. It's 3 years ago now. When we went to New York, but we just never got tickets. Have you listened to Wobble? I have not listened to Wobble, no. Oh, these live streams are actually very fun. Thank you to everyone who's popped by and said hello. This has been very fun. Just the Love Beach comments. Love Beach. I want to just get a giant poster. Just a poster that takes up my entire wall of just Love Beach. That's great. It's a great idea. It's nearly 10 o'clock. Considering staying on here for a little bit longer because this has been really fun. So if you guys want, let me know. I can stay on for maybe another half hour or so because this has been very fun. Favorite classical artists? Now, I haven't got much into classical music yet. I used to play piano quite a lot. But funnily enough, I gave up piano because I thought it wasn't cool because I was getting into metal. So I was very but I do like classical music. It's just I don't know many names of classical artists. Obviously, I know the famous composers, but not many. How many records do you currently own? In the whole collection, not just this, but also the one downstairs, 730 something, roughly. And I've bought some albums recently that I'm going to show in a video coming up. Fairport Convention. That name rings a bell. I've done a Jaeger ball. Every time you said Love Beach. That is such a good drinking game. Hello, Neve. Hello. Stay. Is your dad into metal? I've gotten him into metal. I got him into Metallica and Iron Maiden and stuff like that. Your thoughts on Wishbone Ash? Listen to some of their stuff, yeah. Vangelis? I know one of his pieces, actually. Yeah, it's alright, yeah. Do you plan to show your dad's records? If you want, I can do that. It will be another very long video, or parts. It would be fun, though. I have linked my Discogs collection in my previous videos, so if you want to have a look at that. But I can do a video if it interests you. Wow, Neve, that's awesome. I think I own around over 300 LPs. I currently own 45 Elvis records. And I own no Elvis records. Actually, not me or my dad. Favorite male artist? That's very, very talented. I think the most of one band that I have is probably Iron Maiden. They take up all that room. Or Pink Floyd. They take up this box that I'm leaning my computer on at the moment. Although I do have every Queen album now. I have every Queen album and every Beatles album in the box sets down there. And then I have a lot of King Crimson stuff as well. I have a lot of stuff just in general. I'm just about to hit 2,500 albums. Christ. Where'd you keep all those albums? It's incredible. Or maybe he could do it. Your dad could have his own channel on the vinyl community. Could try and convince him to make one. That'd be quite fun. I like in the prog dot club when Bell Bruford said there was no direction from Frit when you joined King Crimson. Yeah, that's wow. I don't know if you. I know some people have commented this, but the Sunday lunch he does with his wife, they crack me up every time. I like Iron Maiden, Pink Floyd. Do you like Metallica? I love Metallica. I've seen them twice, and I have a lot of their albums up here and on CD. So, yeah. Listen to much Ali Brian Eno. The only Eno I listened to is the Frippin' Eno album I have there. Favorite debut. ELP's debut was pretty good. Yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah, it was probably my favorite. I've around 800 CDs, 40 LPs, and 50 cassettes. 800 CDs. I don't know how many CDs I have, but it's not 800 for sure. Golden Earring in the lead mic, close to 40. As in 40 albums? LPs? Or that's a lot. Christ. Thoughts on Roxy music? I've not listened to any Roxy music. You do have LPs by the yeah. I've a lot of people say he's like Elvis, and Jim Morrison kind of had a child and created Glenn Danzig. I've wanted to get some of his kind of solo stuff, but I've not found it really anyway. Do you listen to any death metal, and are you a fan of Sepultura? Yeah, I like Sepultura, they're good. And as for death metal, I do listen to the band Death on occasion. I used to like them quite a lot. Used to check, but then I kind of got into prog, and my kind of love for metal didn't phase out, but it went a little bit under while I was listening to prog. You should check out the trilogy of 70s emo rock LPs. I'll take a look. I've actually been meaning to try and get into some of this stuff. I suggest you start a new psychedelic band. Yoan, if you're still there, I hope you are. Can we rename the band to Love Beach? Please. We have a band actually at the moment. I hate shouting out myself because people don't like to hear constant advertisements, so I try not to do it. But we do have a band, Silly Lobster. And sadly, we've not been able to do much because of COVID. Favorite concert, Dream Theater or Iron Maiden? And Dream Theater probably takes a cake for that one. Have you seen the biopic Searching for Sugar Man? I've not, no. I think that's a good idea. It is a good idea, Ren. I think it's a very good idea. But some of the first concerts I went to, I don't tell people. I usually tell people that my first concert was Bring Me the Horizon to save the embarrassment. And I think that Rin knows some of my first concerts. Well, please, Rin, don't spill anything. I did say that I saw Taylor Swift back in like 2014 or something. My favorite concert was Fleetwood Mac. Oh, I really wanted to see Fleetwood Mac when they were over here, but didn't have the money to buy a ticket. I would buy a Love Beach album. I'd buy Love Beach. Why not? It's good. There's actually, I'm shitting on Love Beach quite a lot. I do like some songs on it. Guess you're too young to have seen Genesis in concert. My dad did when he was my age, roughly. I know that they're doing a UK tour this year, and because I A, have no money, and B, it was sold out very quickly, I was not able to get tickets. I'm meant to be seeing Yes this year in May in Liverpool. So hopefully I'll be able to go to that. I guess you're too young to have seen Genesis in concert. I just read that. Hello, are you on Facebook? Well, my company has got Facebook, Mubu Records. Highly recommend checking out Liquid Tension Experiment. I heard of them. I know they have a few new album coming out, actually. I've just yet to listen to any of their earlier stuff. My first Genesis concert was Lamb Lies Down. Tour of 1974. Lucky you. I would have loved to have seen Genesis and Peter Gabriel. Phil Collins or Peter Gabriel solo career? Peter Gabriel all the way. Strange. A girl who listens to Iron Maiden. There's quite a lot of us out there. You know? Iron Maiden were my favourite band for like a long time, like a couple of years kind of thing. I mean, I've got a giant Eddie flag up there that I actually got from seeing them in concert. Family can rename. Thank you. I'm sure Big Dave will be alright with that. Do you like the Doors? I do. I really do like the Doors. Have you heard Soft Machine, first LP, and Kevin Ayers solo album? I'd highly recommend them, slightly better than Love Beach. I've listened to some Soft Machine. I've got one Soft Machine album. It's the one that you probably expected. I've got third. That's the only Soft Machine record I've got. Oh. Oh, come on. Did that actually just rip on me? Oh. Normally girls listen to love music. Yeah. Not all of us do. I mean, I don't know a lot of people, girls, who like prog. Your all-time favorite guitarist, Tony Iommi. Hands down. I got a SG guitar because I really admired him that much. Last concert I saw before the pandemic, it was Iron Maiden Legacy of the Beast. Yep, I saw the Legacy of the Beast tour in 2018 in the O2 Arena. One of my favorite LPs is Robert Fripp Exposure. Do you like that record? I've heard of them. I've heard of the album, not listened to it. Do you like Captain Beefheart? I like Captain Beefheart, yeah, he's good. Do you love rap music? I do not, no. Last concert I went to, well, not really a concert, it was an award show in Canada. My favourite Canadian band got inducted into the Hall of Fame by Geddy Lee. Nice. Thoughts on Talking Heads? I've got one of their records on like a fancy green vinyl. I can find it. There we go. It's on lime green vinyl. What color is your SG? Red. It's in here, actually. I can show you. It's an SG tribute. Still an actual Gibson, though. I got this as a very generous birthday present. And I know that every time Johan comes over, which isn't anymore, He does like to play it. There we go. My dream bass guitar is a Rickenbacker. It's a lime green far better than the standard black. I don't really see a difference between coloured and standard black vinyl. I think just different pellets are being used in the production rather than black ones. What time is it there? It is 10:05 in the evening. I recommend the site. Rate Your Music. I'll give them a check out. Is the guitar of Iron Maiden. It is the guitar of Iron Maiden. I don't think any of the Iron Maiden guitarists play an SG. I know Adrian Smith played a Les Paul, or plays a Les Paul. Do you like the experimental metal such as Animals as Leaders? I feel like that name does ring a bell, but I haven't listened to it. Just to tell you, I'm going to get an extension on my house, so I'll have to stop collecting. It's a shame. I have to stop collecting too. I'm spending too much money. If you haven't used it before, it's an invaluable resource for checking out obscure albums within a genre. Highly rated by the community. However, it can be dangerous to your wallet. That's just the vinyl hobby, really, in general. It is very dangerous to your bank account. Black vinyl has the best fidelity. Have a great night, Neve. I'll message you at the end of the week to remind you. Thanks for joining, and I'm excited for your live stream. Do you like Santana? Yes, I do. Cassette tape collection. I don't own cassettes, sadly. I have no cassettes. Apart from in the OK Not OK box set, there is a cassette of OK Computer that I don't have anything to play it on because I don't have a cassette player. Got a CD player. But Santana is awesome. Yeah, I do like Santana. Does your father like the same music as you? Yes, he does. Pretty much. Apart from, like, country music, we're pretty in common. Bon Scott or Brian Johnson? I'm going to say Bon Scott. Preferred his vocals and preferred the songs, to be honest. Does anyone know why Love Beach is currently trending? Can we all get Love Beach to start trending again? Like, that'd be cool. Let's just put it in the... Let's just listen to it so much that it's put in, like, the top 40 to, you know... To be honest, Love Beach is better than most of the tap that comes out of this country at the moment on the top 40 charts. Oh, that might be a bit of an unpopular opinion, but I don't like pop music. That comes out now, at least. You know, I do try. Do you like the band Blur? I've been a fan since Parklife 1995. I like some of the Blur stuff. I've listened to not many albums of theirs. I know songs. I know Johan, if you're still there, does like Blur quite a lot. Do you and your father ever buy the same album? No, because I usually tell him what albums I buy so that we don't, end up clashing. Yes, mate, Blur are solid. What is on the UK top 40 right now? Everything that you probably hate about music. Cool, Johan. Yeah, Johan. Get in there. Woo! "48 viewers. This is quite good. This is good. Do you like any electronic music? Like down-tempo, trip-hop? Never listened to it. I like the side project Gorillaz. Yeah, I know. Yeah, and you like Gorillaz, right? I believe. I like some. Mahavishnu Orchestra. Heard of them? Not listened to. I saw a top 50 prog songs of all time, and I remember there was some of some of the music in there. Neve, you're very lucky to have a great dad to share your love of music with. I am very lucky and very fortunate about that. Listen to Demon Lasers. Any jazz or bluegrass jam band you were into? I like some jazz music, kind of early jazz. Do you like Joni Mitchell? Yeah, I do. Are you at all a fan of Cheap Trick, and what's your favorite? If so, what's your favorite album? I hate to break it to you, but no, not a fan. Opinions of Meshuggah. I like a couple of their songs. Flower King, Spock's Beard. I think people mentioned that might have been you, or could someone else have been mentioned those two groups in my comment section. I'm yet to check them out. I've got a lot of stuff on my list, bear in mind. So if it takes me a while, it will, it'll take me. I won't take too long, but Prince or Michael Jackson. Gonna have to say Michael Jackson. I've listened to more of his stuff. I kind of half grew up on Michael Jackson as well, but I do love Prince as well. I listen to pop music, but mostly the ones I grew up with in the late 80s, early 90s. Yeah, I prefer... I'm not really much of a pop music person. What other music do you hate? Because I hate opera and classical. Interesting. Very interesting. I like classical music. I don't like top 40 charts either. Jack is in the house. Nazareth. Not a fan. If you get a chance, look up Goose. They are amazing. Check out Billy Streams. Neve, what is your most rare, valuable LP? I mentioned this, I think, quite recently? Was it recently? I don't know. But it would have to be this first pressing of Vandella's Dream. This is a very rare one to find, actually. Oh. And that first pressing goes for thousands now. I got it for £15. Favorite recent metal album? I mean, I'd have to say Tool's Fear Inoculum if that counts as metal, but probably wouldn't. Another Aussie band I recommend. It's I'm gonna butcher the name. Caligula's Horse. Hey Neve. Hi. Do you like the Pretenders? Not listen to much of their stuff. I like Pavarotti. Grew up with him playing in my grandma's house. I have no idea what's on the top 40 today. Well, you don't want to know. So I might have to finish up soon, everyone. But this was very fun. And I will probably try and do another one of these during the week, maybe. That'd be quite fun. However, next Monday, it is my birthday, so I might do a birthday stream. That would be quite fun. Turning 19. How do you feel about the lute? Is in the instrument? Or is there a band? I think the lute is a nice instrument. You have a chance to check out Opeth yet? They're on quite far up on my list, so probably quite soon. About 5 years ago, friends felt that same and dwell depressing. Quite crikey. I'm surprised that your dad did not mention Gentle Giant in the favourite programs. I would put, well, we only just started listening to Gentle Giant recently, both of us. Good night, Neve. See you in the vinyl community. See you later. This was fun. Hopefully, again, another one I can do at some point. And yeah, I think this has been a success. I'm sure others would agree. So I'm gonna go and get something to eat because it's 10:15 in the evening here and I'm still hungry. Have a great night, Neve. I'll be preparing my breakfast now. I'm going to be eating my late dinner. Prog on, young woman. I will prog on. Great channel. Keep it up. Thank you. Good night. Enjoy your videos. Take care. Thank you. Have a good evening. That Undweller's Dream is an incredible find. My most expensive is Gypsy the San Francisco prog band. Goes for about £300 to £400. That's pretty good. I should check it out. I like, on Discogs they have the kind of list of most expensive albums sold in 1 month. That's quite fun to look at. Have a good night, you too. Or morning, or wherever you are. Cheers. Night. Cheers for a tidy stream. I mean, thank you very much. I spent quite a long time trying to figure out what lighting worked best. Is that an emoji of an egg in a pan? It's pretty cool. I don't eat eggs though, personally. You're doing great. Keep up the good work. And don't worry about detail. Like the Pink Floyd album you didn't say correctly. The reason I made like a big deal of that is purely because I know there's people out there who get pissy on these kind of things. So before that started, I made sure to kind of realize it. In the current situation, I'm counting this as a night out. How's your Love Beach drinking game going? I'm probably gonna actually upload this stream to my channel because this has been fun. Have a good night. A great stream. My birthday is also next week. What day? Mine is the 25th. It's been cool chatting with you. You too. Take care. Have a great night. Super fun listening to all the great music talk. Learning tons. I'm glad I could help. I didn't think that many people would join because I didn't do too much research into time zones or anything, but I did find out that some parts of America it was like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Mine is on the 26th. Mine's the 25th, which is, for all the Scottish people, if you're still there, it's Burns night. I guess Discogs is great. Is great as a buyer. The new shipping system is a nightmare. As someone who sells it, yeah, I agree. Good night, lady. Good night. Like these food emojis. 9 a.m. over here in Melbourne. Oh, we've reached Australia. 5:20 p.m. here. I think that was the where you are is where I kind of looked into the most. Maybe I'll pick a better time next time so more people can join us. Because I don't want to leave it too late. I go to bed quite early. I know it's a bit sad, but I do. I got into a habit of going to bed at 12, waking up at around 8 o'clock in the morning. Florida, USA. I've been to Florida once. I went to Disneyland, Disney World, whatever it's called, when I was a very young child. 6:19 in the Philippines. As in 6 in the morning or 6 in the evening? So when it gets to, so I'm on 119. When I get to say 121, I'll cancel. 6 a.m. Wow, I could never wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning. 3:20 p.m. in West Coast Canada. I must mention radio music to you again. It will blow your mind in a good way. Sure it will. I like discovering new stuff. Yeah. It's nice to see all my subscribers telling me about kind of stuff that I've never heard of, smaller groups to get into and support. I like doing that. I'm at 297 subscribers. Didn't mean to hijack your stream, but would be cool for anyone to check out my channel. Yeah, guys, check out this person's channel. Let's all support each other, because what I've noticed about the vinyl community is it's very tight. It's very kind of welcoming as well. Very loving. And as someone who's been in multiple communities, this is definitely the most kind of supportive. And I feel like I don't do enough to give back to you guys. I try and subscribe to as many channels. I watch a lot of up and coming channels as well. But I'm going to try a lot harder to do my part in the community. I know some of you were, all right, it's a 21, but I'm going to continue talking about this anyway for anyone who's still here. A lot of people have been asking me about VCLT. Is that it? Yeah. I'm very broke at the moment. I just bought an album that cost me way too much. And as much as I'd love to receive stuff from people and give, I physically can't. I'm out of a job. I'm not earning anything, and so I'm not able to do that, but I do support in as much ways as I can by recommending new stuff that people might not have heard of. Yeah. This is a very unsturdy place I've put my computer, but I couldn't balance it there, so I had to balance it here. Anyone still out there? All right. So I will be uploading another video tomorrow, and I'm not going to say anything. Didn't see any Rolling Stones. You don't care for them? Yeah, so as I said, I think earlier in the stream, that we do have a lot of Rolling Stones stuff, but it's downstairs in our downstairs collection, because a lot of stuff that my dad likes, that I like as well, we keep downstairs. Because he probably because he likes them more. Personally, I prefer the Beatles to the Rolling Stones, so I keep all the Beatles stuff up here. And he's going to get more listening out of the Rolling Stones, so we keep that kind of stuff down there. Sorry I missed your stream. Hello, JC. Nice to see you. You had 602 subs when this started. Now, what? Really? Wow. $660. Thank you. Nice to see you. Nice to see you too. You are killing it, my friend. Thank you. All right, I'll stick around a little bit longer to have a chat with you. Don't know why, but this time of the evening I just get so tired. It's 10:25 in the evening. The first lockdown, I went to bed at like 2 or 3 in the morning. I got into a habit of going to bed early when I was working, but now that I'm not, It's just left a permanent mark of going to bed early. You should check out Trees from the early 70s. Better go to bed early than late. Ha ha ha! You should take your own advice, Johan. Take your own advice. What is something that you did that had a positive impact in your life? I'd say when I performed with our band, when we were able to, that just really kind of, whenever I play music, it really kind of ignites my love for music even more. Because especially when you learn to play a song, or when you've actually come up with something on your own and you're proud of it, you just get really happy. So stuff like that really has an impact. Are the COVID cases going down? Unfortunately, they're not. They are rising like mad over here, really badly. People just won't stay inside. Hey, you're giving plenty of entertainment with your video. It's also encouraging to see people embracing prog. I think that's a great comment. Thank you very much. I don't know many younger people like myself. This might sound quite annoying, but I don't really know many people my age who like prog as much as I do. So yeah, in search, congrats on 500. Thank you. Bring your dinner up and eat and chat till 11. That means I'd have to leave. That means I'd have to leave. I've got my laptop, because obviously I'm not at 1,000 subscribers. I can't stream via my phone, so I'd have to take my computer with me. And I have got some stuff. Actually, I've got some food up here. Got some gummies. That. These are one of my Christmas presents. These vegan gummies. This is gonna be my dinner. We had a complete lockdown January. Thing is that I think we are here in the UK. We have dealt with the COVID crisis so badly. I mean, I don't know what Boris is doing, but clearly something wrong. Promising too many things, not going through with them. He wants to be Trump so bad. That's quite funny. I think the first lockdown we had, which was in March, was complete lockdown. That you couldn't go outside unless you were exercising or shopping, but not shopping like in general, just shopping for food, like essentials. So things like supermarkets and pharmacies would stay open, but anything else like clothes stores, record stores would all just shut down. It's good to see young people still interested in prog. It is nice. But going back to the UK thing, is that the problem with what happened is that all these news channels don't say enough about how it can affect younger people and people who are healthy really badly as well. Obviously, we know that the main targets and the main people who are being killed off, the majority, I stress the word majority, of people who are dying are obviously elderly people and ill people, but they're not talking enough about how, people like you or I who are younger, who may have no underlying health conditions or just could be completely healthy, can still get really, really affected by it. I had COVID. Right? I had COVID back quite a while ago, back last year. My lungs have not recovered. Yeah, I'm a smoker. I'm quitting, but I am a smoker. And obviously my lungs are affected by that, but still, I've not been able to inhale properly since getting COVID because I had such a bad chesty cough. The US handled COVID like shit. That is true. I reckon that the US probably did a lot worse than we did, but we weren't great either. I agree. I mean, New Zealand now are completely lockdown free. They're COVID free as well. You know, if we'd just done that, we would be fine. But Boris said, no, let's just let everyone go outside during the summer and do whatever. And not being able to see any of my friends and family at Christmas time was the worst thing. And I don't think that they should be promising these things when they're not going to be able to follow through eventually. It's the flu in Sweden too. It's the flu in Sweden too. Also, there's all these variants of COVID, all these new strains that are worse, and that's just freaking us all out, really. I'd love to go vinyl hunting again. I'm really waiting on record stores to open again because I have a local one near where I live that I get a lot from. Considered high risk. My dad's also considered high risk, so I try and go out as little as possible. But when the lockdown kind of eases itself up in the end of springtime again, hopefully we'll be able to go to record stores again, and that'll be fun. I'm sorry, I'm playing with my hair a lot because I do that when I fidget, you know, I fidget with stuff. Just get like something. But yeah, I think record stores need to reopen again at some point because all these businesses are being kind of destroyed financially because of obviously getting not a lot of income. I noticed the government have only begun to say we shall. So obvious. Yeah, I agree with that. Honestly, I think we should be acting like that. Because I remember in the news, you know, obviously, I think one day in the past couple of weeks, there was one day where over 1,300 people died in the UK alone in one day. I thought that should be enough to stay inside, but clearly not. Also, going back to what I was saying, so they told us not to go out on New Year's Eve and stuff, and I think there was somewhere in the UK where someone held an illegal party in a church hall, and it had over 300 attendees. And they say 1 in 30 people carry coronavirus. So it's always fun. Someone's going to carry that, and then someone's going to die from that. For me, vinyl hunting means eBay and Discogs. Same for us at the moment. I'm buying a lot from Discogs. My dad's buying a fair amount from Discogs. I've gotten some stuff on eBay as well recently. I just think that people just need to behave. So if they want the summer of their dreams, stay inside. Then you'll be able to. I buy from indie record shops online. Yeah, I've done that quite a lot as well. There's a local one that we've bought some stuff off online from, and Banquet Records as well, which is not an indie kind of thing. It's a chain of record stores, Banquet Records, but I got my Dream Theater, one of my Dream Theater albums from them, which was really odd because they usually sell kind of like indie rock and kind of less known stuff. So seeing Dream Theater there was quite interesting. He's real good. In Texas, the record store here closed for 2 weeks in April. It's pretty much back to normal. You have to wear a mask. Yeah, over here when stuff was still open before they put us in another national lockdown, that was the rule. There was only a certain amount of people were allowed in shops. You had to sanitize your hands at the door, wear a mask. Restaurants, you had to wear the mask until I reckon your food arrived. And I worked, as I said, at a theme park, and that was literally a breeding site for COVID. It was awful how they stick, because they're losing so much money at the moment that they had to stay open for so long. And during the Halloween period, which is where I worked the most, chaos, queues, massive kind of people just gathering, and this was as the virus is kind of climbing back up again in the cases. It was a nightmare, and having to deal with all these people, screaming at you. People will say, oh, well, I'm probably going to get a job flipping burgers or working in a theme park or whatever. It is hard. You deal with the worst people at theme parks, especially the one that I work at, because you get the worst kind of people there. You have the mums that are self-entitled, people who are too opinionated, people this, people that, people who just don't seem to appreciate. And what the worst thing is that me and other people who are around my age work there, and all these kind of older people, and just people in general who think it's all right to yell at us for something we don't do. It's like you're yelling at teenagers. We're incapable enough. You need to get yourself a proper meal. I had like a vegan chicken thing earlier. That was kind of like my main meal of the day, but I might get something else, like a slice of toast or something. eBay can be great for scoring rare records. We got that ELP box set from eBay, actually. Favorite member of Rush? Probably Geddy Lee. Inspired me to play the bass quite a lot. And Texas has one of the worst COVID rate percentage. I work in education and the mental health of our teenage students. That's another thing, is that because of lockdown, a lot of people's mental health is struggling horribly. I think that, that should be kind of made more aware, and people should be kind of talking about it more, because it's, as someone who has mental health, it's hard to, I'm very fortunate to not have had to carry on my education through the kind of COVID period. But for people who do, all the anxiety of doing all this work, all of those deadlines or whatever, and just general mental well-being, it's stressful, it's tiring, especially when you're in, year 10 or year 11 or year 13 and you're doing your A-levels and GCSEs and you can't even be there to get the proper support. I mean, it's horrendous. I can imagine that was hell. Agree services. I'm still at university. That's the other thing, is that I think the government are treating the university students like crap, all the kind of costs. It's all terrible over here at the moment, because, they're trying to get rid of free school meals, and that's just not good. Hendrix, a musical magician. Yes, we got the man himself. All our Hendrix albums are downstairs. They used to be up here. Ran out of space. I do need to get a proper meal. You're right. But I can't really leave until I can't really leave the room, because the Wi-Fi doesn't really like my computer when I leave this room. Because our Wi-Fi is next door to me here, so I've got kind of the best service area. But downstairs, you get further away from the router, and it gets Just more and more terrible. Hello to any newcomers, by the way. I'm very flat. I look very red, but it's just kind of shite lighting, yeah. You should maybe do a record collection bonus video. That might be a good idea, actually. I sympathise with students right now. It's at the age where you're embracing adulthood independence. Or is that just me? Well, I'm not uni at the moment, and the problem with a lot of people who decide to do something creative at university is extremely difficult at the moment for people who are doing art, people who are doing like drama or performing arts, people who are studying music. You know, you're not having the facilities to actually work in these environments is very much difficult. I mean, you can't really take an art class from home. You know, you can't really work in a studio environment at home. You know, you've got to be there to learn all the things. And just hearing someone talking and rather than actually you doing it yourself and, you know, getting stuck in, it's the worst. Because if I think about it, if I had to stay at home doing my music production stuff that I did in A-levels, I wouldn't be as good at, you know, working Logic or, you know, working with other people as I am now, because it limits the amount of people. That's another thing, is when you work in the studio environment, you work with people, and when you're at home, you can't work with people. McDonald and Giles, any fancy album? Heard of it. David can, yeah, that's the thing, is that, you know, when you do music, you know, you haven't got the actual facilities because of COVID being so strict in some parts of the country. You can't actually access any sort of practicing or any sort of, you know, if you wanted to work on something in a studio environment, you're not able to do that. You have to do it at home, especially, and with the people who can't afford Macs or people who can't afford all this fancy software and all this studio equipment at their house or at their, you know, accommodation. It's pointless. You can't really do anything if you don't have, you know, microphones or, you know, any sort of audio workstations. You're a bit screwed if you're doing music production. What is the best new prog album? For me, I'm probably gonna have to say it's not like 2021 or 2020 new, but it came out in 2019. It's Fear Inoculum by Tool. Very prog, very much love it. This is a bootleg copy because they haven't released it officially, but me and my dad wanted it really badly. So we got it. Elementary children are having a hard time learning. It's when you need that support, you need that, you know, teacher to student support, and it's hard to do that over Zoom or whatever, or Teams. Great Tool album. It is a great album. A lot of people didn't like Fear Inoculum, actually. I was surprised by it because it was very proggy. I guess the metal fans didn't really appreciate it that much. Tool don't like vinyl. I know. I think they've got Lateralis, Undertow, and Opiate all on official releases, but everything else is just, they need to do what System of a Down did and just reissue everything on vinyl. The other ones that didn't want to release their stuff, like they didn't want to release it onto Spotify, but then they did, and they still haven't released anything on vinyl. Didn't Tool officially release their new album on vinyl? Not that I know of. I mean, if they did, that's pretty good. I know they did a CD deluxe box set, which I might actually get at some point because I've got my CD player now. I've got a 10,000 Days bootleg. From I got on Discogs. So it is strange that they'd release it all on CD. All their stuff's on CD, and on Spotify, but not on vinyl, which is odd. I was actually in the 1% of Tool listeners this year. The top 1%. Last year, sorry. Do you like A Perfect Circle? I have been meaning to listen to them. But I think I've heard a couple of their songs and I like them. Really enjoying your channel so far. Nice to see a younger person with such appreciation for groundbreaking music. Thank you very much. This is now going to be my merged 500, 600 subscriber live stream, because when I planned out this live stream, I didn't think I was going to reach 600 so quickly. When I'm on 619 now, just checking. And wow. I mean, my first 2 vinyl collection videos have now got 1K views. It's incredible. Thank you all so much. I think most of us are waiting for Tool to just get off their ass and release all their albums on vinyl. Because I don't care that I've got the bootlegs. I will buy the official ones. No matter how much they cost. So it's nearing it. They need to make the jump thing on this. I agree. If they want to, I don't know if they care too much about that kind of, money aspect of it. But if they put their material onto vinyl, they'd definitely reach a bigger audience as well. Vinyl lovers. Because if you think about Tool's sound and how good it is, just on like a download or something, then on vinyl, you can't go wrong. Do you have any other hardcore punk albums? I do not, unfortunately. I haven't really delved much into punk, apart from kind of, 70s stuff like The Clash. I think I mentioned this earlier, like The Clash and Sex Pistols and the Ramones, which I really like, but Misfits is the only kind of hardcore punk that I've listened to. Have you heard of Slift Ummon, one of the best albums released? I have not, no. No, Yoan has. Do you like anything by Nucleus? I've never listened to them, sorry. I do like some stoner rock. Color Haze is great, Solomon. But it's an awesome album. I need to get more into these kind of smaller groups. I really do. It's funny because at the beginning of the stream I was actually really nervous. Now I'm thinking about it, I don't know what I was so nervous about. I thought I'd be awful at kind of talking in front of camera. Because I am usually, when it comes to filming, I usually have to do a couple of takes because I'm always stumbling my words or just too shy to say anything. Or it's just a matter of what do I say, What do I say without sounding annoying, basically? Alright, so it is 10:50 over here, and I'm probably going to end at 11. Spotify's discovered so many new bands. yeah, I've discovered quite a lot of stuff through the Discover Weekly stuff and, Daily Mix and stuff. And that's how I found ELP, even though they're a popular band, but yeah. Again, if there's any of these boxes that I've got here that anyone wants to see a video on, I'd be happy to show them off to you. I love the Ramones, a very important band. That's the end of it. I agree, they are an important band. I went to the Ramones Museum when I was in Germany a few years ago. I was tempted to do a video of, because I think I told, if you saw one of my, I don't know if I mentioned this actually in any of my videos, but I tried to start a vinyl community channel back in 2018, and all those videos have now been privated. So I was thinking of doing like a reaction kind of thing to my old self and my old views on the community and stuff. I don't think that I'd want anyone to see them because I was quite a snob back in the day. Where is smile on your face? I mean, I had a smile earlier. I mean, I smile a lot. I saw the Ramones a long time ago. Great from what I remember. Lucky you. I mean, I think most of them are dead now, actually. Which is a shame. Good evening from Canada. Good evening from London, England. Would be cool to see it. Old cringe. So my hair is quite long, but I used to have like a bob, like a very, very short hair, almost Karen hair, but just very short, long at the front, and it just kind of went back. And I didn't know, I just hated myself then, but if it's something that you want to see, I'm sure. Are you a happy person generally? I am. I haven't got a lot to be unhappy about. I'm living a pretty good life. Wow, you are really fortunate. Must be good. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I would have loved to see the Ramones. Yep, it was 1977, I believe, very early on in their career. Wow. I'm just spinning on my chair. The chair that I always sit on, it's a spinning chair. It was my dad's old work chair, but I got the chair when he got a new one. Japanese pressings. I know you have Yes songs. I've got a copy of Exit Stage Left by Rush on Japanese as a just Japanese pressing. I've got All Things Must Pass as a Japanese pressing. I think that might be it. Japanese pressings are expensive, but I do try and look for them. I think my favorite one is the Yes Songs one, though. Oh, actually, I have got a Japanese pressing of Animals by Pink Floyd, but I framed that and next door because I got it to frame it. That sounds awful. Because it was the first pressing and I didn't want to fuck it up, so I wanted it to be in nice condition. Easy to find in the UK? Very rarely, actually. I mean, the Exit Stage Left one was, I found a copy of it in France, so not really many in the UK. I've got a Queen live album that's, I don't think it's not a Japanese. I think it's a Japanese pressing. I believe it is. But I got that in Brighton. Actually, talking of Brighton, I got that in an independent record store somewhere, because that store had quite a lot of the Japanese pressings of Queen albums. And I got that one because I like News of the World the most. It's also on green vinyl. I mentioned that in my collection video. Do you write lyrics? I don't know. I have tried in the past and failed. Yeah, they've always been very, very bad. I've tried writing concept songs in proggy fashion, but they never turn out the way I want them to. Oh, I got pineapple flavor. It tasted like soap. Usually I like pineapple flavored stuff. Are you a fan of indie and alternative music? I think the most indie that I go is Radiohead. Or alternative Radiohead. I do like Tame Impala as well. But not a big fan of Oasis. Not into Britpop. That's kind of indie stuff. But I believe My Gentle Giant. That's cool. I've got that album, but as a reissue. Going back to the indie alternative music question, I don't, discriminate. I won't not listen to something if it's a certain genre. I'll give everything a shot. What are you studying? Music production. Well, I studied it 2 years, and then I'm in a gap year at the moment, and university for the next few years. I'm going to be doing music production because I want to go into music production. How does Kiss fit into your title? Well, I have got Kiss albums from ages ago when I was really into glam rock and Kiss. But I'm not, I consider myself a prog nerd, but I do like other types of music as well. Also, were you born into wealth? Like, how do you afford your collection? I am well off. Yeah. I'm not gonna go around saying that I'm not. I am. I'm born into a very, well-off family. Both my mum and dad have very good jobs. How do you afford your collection? Well, I've built up a lot of this collection as well. Bear in mind, I go to record stores and I get cheaper albums, like stuff that's on sale or secondhand. Mainly, that's what I try to get personally. And also, do you have Nantucket Sleigh? I know, yeah, okay. Nantucket Sleigh Ride by Mountain. I know my dad just got that album. First time I saw Rush, they were opening for Bob Seger in 1977 on the Farewell to Kings tour. I really, really missed out on seeing Rush. And I won't be able to, but that is a real shame. Right. So I'm going to finish up in about a minute. So any burning questions you have left, comment them right now because I'm going to end very soon. Are you into the band Cocktail? I don't know how to pronounce that. Twins. Heard of them, actually. I've heard of them, not listened though. Hey, congrats, grew up in Toronto. So Rush several times. Ugh, so lucky. I've got quite a lot of Rush posters. I'm a big Rush fan, actually. Got quite a big Rush collection down here. Again, anything else that anyone wants to input before I end up this stream? This has been very, very fun. I'm probably going to do another one of these in the future at some point. It's worth going to charity shops. You never know. It is worth going to charity shops. I've gotten some stuff from charity shops, actually. I get a lot of my 7-inch singles from charity shops. Source Life. Everyone's just seen Rush. So damn jealous. Alright, so we're at the 2-hour mark now, and I'm probably going to head out now, everyone. So thanks a lot for joining. And hopefully, again, as I said, another stream will come soon. New video tomorrow. I actually just made a banner for my channel. It took me so long to fit it into the bloody thing. But thanks for joining. Thanks for 500, now 600 subscribers. And more videos will be coming soon. And yeah, bye everyone. Have a great day, evening, night, whatever it is in your country or whatever time zone you're in. Have a brilliant day, night, etc. And I will be back soon. Bye.